What's up, booty cheeks? It's clapping time. One of these days, that's gonna sound normal. One of these days, but for right now, it's still cringy as F. Cringy as fuck. But this is what I gotta say. So, you know, you gotta brand and all. Like, we were supposed to be doing Xbox. You can guess what happened that caused me to be on PlayStation 5 instead of Xbox. You can guess. So maybe tomorrow not tomorrow, but Wednesday, we'll be on Xbox. Maybe. We'll see. But you
Brutality. Nitaro wins. Action. Nitaro wins.
might just do the arcade for Natara. The ending is like, she discovers, like, that's where the breeding thing comes from. I mean, it's not funny, but like, it's kind of funny because like, her whole point is trying, to keep her race alive or whatever. Like, she cares so much about her race, but like, and no one really else cares about her race, so you understand her in a way in that regard. But it's like, do you really have to? Maybe it's intentional because like, but most people do this. Having their character be all about their people, but when it comes to other people's, they don't really give a shit. Even if they had to justify their reasoning for being bad to other people for their people, it really gets shadowed by like the fact that they just don't care. So it's like, I want to see that. It's like for the longest, like this year, like a couple months ago, I had no idea Kano's ending was the best ending in 11. I had no idea. And but yeah, and his ending is like, oh my god, like that I wanted to see. For an obvious reason. If you know his ending, you know why I probably wanted to see it. But like, I understand. It could have just been random women instead. It had to be Cassie and Sonya. So you really wanted to see Sonya fight her daughter while both of them are in like bikinis and like half naked. It's like, could have easily been like Katana and Sonya or something like that. Like, but I mean, of course, it's Kano, so like it makes it. Well, I heard he wasn't even he wasn't even that like messed up or funny of a character until like his movie debut, I think. But like everybody agrees, like ever since that movie debut, like that's the only depiction of him they want.
Brutality. Nitaro wins.
But I got recommended like one of Zach Galifianakis Between Two Ferns interviews, and the one that came out was like the Haley Steinfeld one. Well, really, the main one I was watching was the Brie Larson one. I went to see like how bad it was gonna, like how bad hard he was gonna go in on it, and it's really not that hard. But the Haley Steinfeld, I can't remember exactly because it's been a good bit since I've seen it. But he brought up Bumblebee, which I didn't even know she was in. Granted, I wasn't interested in the movie, no way. And I probably did, even when like I saw the commercial, probably didn't recognize her or her voice because like she's Gwen in the Spider-Verse movies, and it's like you know. But I mean, just I can't say that. Which came out first? Was it Pitch Perfect or Into the Spider-Verse? I think that the last no. Pitch Perfect was either like 2016 or 2018, the first one. I can't remember. But point is, like, I just didn't know about her like that. And it's like, I wasn't expecting him to, like... Oh, the person he went hard on was like, well, no, they went hard on Jennifer Lawrence. I'm surprised he didn't bring up the Dark Phoenix, if it hadn't, like, been out by the time he interviewed her. Like, that'd been the perfect, like, back up. Like... But when he did it to Haley Steinfeld, he was like, yeah, he walked out. Bumblebee, and he was like, nah, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't go see that shit. Like, damn. Okay, I forgot his name, Darius. Yeah, his abilities to be even more like powerful since he's like combining lightning and water. Seriously. Apparently, next season is Sang Silver. Obviously, I don't give a shit about anybody except for Johnny.
Finish it!
But I was bringing up that because I was leading back into like I had watched like a review of it on Double Toasted, and like they said, I was like she was like bullied and made fun of in school in the Bumblebee movie, and it's like, why do they keep doing this? They keep making it where like if you've seen Haley Steinfeld or you hear her, just like you know she's attractive. It's ridiculous that like I guess at the same time it kind of does, but like it's like but like when girls are usually made fun of in movies, it's usually because it's implied they're unattractive where their bullies are attractive, and that's like the reason. But like Carrie, the reason I like main reason I hated Carrie so much, not just because like Chloe Grace Moretz didn't show like enough. Well, her character was supposed to be more reserved anyway, so like I don't know what I was expecting. Well, I mean, I didn't know. I didn't know anything about Carrie, but my point being is that like Chloe Grace Moretz even back then was too hot to ever be cast as like an ugly duckling or like an ugly girl in any sense. She's way too hot. Like you just can't. Like it doesn't make sense. so so like I just don't like it when like they have these hot like actors or actresses and then try to like make them be ugly in the film and they're clearly not. Like clearly, I understand you wanted a big name actor and at the same time, you can't have the best of both worlds. You should have just picked somebody who actually kind of wasn't appealing or normal to beauty standards and like made them, easy. But it's like, yeah.
Test your might.
Never functions.
Test your might.
Okay. Well, why do you take so long just to let me go retry?
Test your might.
I guess the longer it takes you, the longer like
Test your might.
it takes for it to like let you retry. Ah.
Now that's just embarrassing.
Test your might.
You shame your ancestors.
Test your might.
Fuck.
See ya. Test your might.
Fuck, what?
Party's over, mate.
They have them just
Test your might.
to like.
Test your might.
Party's over, mate.
They seriously hired his actor just to like say that during Test Your Might.
Test your might.
Return to the spirit.
Yeah, my wolf.
Test your might.
Thank God, thank God. Let's get out of here.
Excellent.
Don't give a shit. They never give you anything really for Test Your Might.
Ermac wins. Motaro wins.
I also heard that Christ. Oh, that's another thing. My chair. I never really appreciated like how I went most of my life without getting like slit on my ankles. You know. Or did I? No, it was between the toes. I'm thinking of like grass cuts in between my toes when running outside, but like I had never gotten the back of my like ankles cut until like recently. My chair, I got a new chair because the other one was just like ripping, even like pieces of it like all over the floor, and it was annoying my mother to have to clean it up. And the wheel thing, the wheel part, like I got like I was, you know, when I moved the chair with my feet, you know, sometimes, you know, I guess somehow the point is like the wheel or whatever part like caught my ankle and ripped the skin on both my like ankles, so now they kind of hurt. And it's like I had never felt that type of pain, but I see now why, like that was like that one Greek god's weakness. I was like, yeah, I don't blame you now. Like at first I thought that used to be like the most ridiculous weakness, like couldn't you just wear shoes, socks, or whatever, you know? And even so, like I never like felt like that would ever be a detriment, like unless they just like cut really deep. But like now I see. But I also heard that Johnny is the meta now. If you guys remember when I like originally played ranked on this back then, like I never played a Johnny.
Motaro wins.
I think only ones. Well, back then it was just like what's his name? Omni-Man. It was people playing Omni-Man because his DLC had just came out or whatever, and Scorpion, maybe Smoke, and that was like it, really. Now I hear like everybody's using Johnny. He's so versatile, you know, and that Sonic Fox guy, he won a tournament with him. It's like, damn, I can't have nothing to myself. Now everybody wants to use Johnny as if like, oh, they've been betting. No, like everybody was riding like, well, Sub-Zero's like he's long since been nerfed, apparently, from what I heard from like MK Tom Brady, and then everyone has like their own specific cameo that like they're like good with, and or they have more potential with than others. And it's like Johnny's so versatile that like he can pretty much use almost any cameo. And as you can see, I hardly ever, even when I was Johnny, when I was using him before I was like trying to level him up, I didn't use cameos like almost at all, unless it was like for like a clue or to like level up the cameo. So it's like, wow. I mean, I always knew he was good, but like now he's the meta now. So you mean if I got back on rank, that's all I would see is other Johnnies? Like the only reason I won so many ranked matches is because nobody, I guess, really played Johnny to the point where when I used his fatal blow, they didn't know that like that thing has armor if you charge it and will like negate attacks. A lot of people didn't know that at the time, so when I did it, like they weren't expecting it, and it's like you would know if you just like read it. He can just.
Death is written in blood.
Brutality. Nitaro wins. Sexy pants. Bring it. Johnny Cage wins. Flawless victory. Is she an angel?
It does get old having to always like tag these every time I have to switch. I mean, I don't know. I should be used to it by now, really, but like, I only switched to Johnny just do these like major malfunction things. Because like he does, I make sure he has like max damage for invasions. Um, Now that I think about it, why do I even bother only doing it for him and not for anyone else? Why do I actually take the time to like put everyone else's stats into other things when invasions restarts like every season? It's not like they keep the same stats. They don't. It completely resets. So why don't I just give everybody like high attack at that point? As you know, I mean, for now, like um, Natar will probably be like my last person I'll be playing to level up. After that, I'll just go back to Johnny. So it won't matter after that. But like, okay, that's kind of cool.
Finish him.
Go down.
Fatality. Yutaro wins.
So I had been like thinking about getting the latest King of Fighters because I think I also like saw that like there probably won't be another one for like a while because I think the ones that make it are working on like another game that's supposed to come out like next year or the year after. Um, and Mai, if you didn't know, got revealed for like season 2 DLC for Street Fighter 6. And I've been like thinking, in that case, do I just want to get her DLC for Street Fighter 6? Or do I just want to buy the whole King of Fighters game when it comes like either get the latest one that had came out or wait till the next one? Because it's not just Mai that I was gonna like play it for. I think there was Luong, Chris, Shermie, Angel, for obvious reasons. But still, it's like, I mean, of course you'll play different, in a whole different other fighting game, but it's like, so maybe like for that to be my introduction of the character, or like to get like a grasp of like, well, I don't think it would help me know because like, well, depends. Like if I played Classic, maybe it would help me. Get like practice for like when I do play King of Fighters eventually. But I know Modern wouldn't help. Modern wouldn't help. So I would just be doing. It's not like a dig at Modern players because I am a Modern player. It's just that like, even though it does take some practice to get inputs on time, the inputs are less simpler, like way less simpler than like Classic. I mean, way simpler than Classic. So it's like, no matter like, even though it felt like you guys saw when I was training with DJ and Luke before and all those others before and trying to do combos and combo trials, it was like, no matter how hard and difficult that it may have been for me to do the Modern combo trials, even I know like the Classic combo trials that's on like another level, like a whole nother level. Because like, especially for DJ, because I was thinking like, of course, like Just Cool is just like, it's a lead into other inputs. So like, surely you don't have to like do a whole input just for Just Cool and then do extra inputs extra whole other inputs just for like that stuff after, and they're like, no, you do. So it's like, damn, that's a lot. That's a lot you have to be doing. And I know like there's even more to DJ than like what I know, because classic doesn't, well, they say modern hides them, doesn't hide all of them. You can still see other moves, like if you click that R3 like click button, you can see some, but not all of them. So there are some that are still hidden, but I think you could probably like, I think you can still do them, can't you? You just don't know the inputs. They don't appear on like when you do training as a modern player. They just don't appear. But even so, even if you did training, you can switch over the control scheme briefly, can't you? As I recall. Could be wrong. I don't know if it like affects your actual like character, or if it's just like to read what the playstyle is.
That will be my challenge.
Brutality. Nitaro wins.
You guys remember Attack of the Twonkies? Like from Jimmy Neutron, that shit was like horrifying. Like even back then, I found it horrifying, but like now, that shit was like incredibly scary. Like the same thing with like Gremlins. Like yeah, that like the and like I guess I don't know what it was back then. Like that stuff was scary. Like why was that on? Like kids show were like rated the way it was. It's like especially when they turned into a giant monster and they had to like send it off into space and stuff, only for it to be revealed there was still one left that already has started to multiply. And it's like, I mean, mate, obviously they did, since they did nothing with it, it can be implied that they got to them in time before that happened, sent them back too or whatever. But I think that may have been like their most interesting, and like no, actually no, that would have been their second most interesting one. I know they did get a video game off of Attack of the Twonkies because I have it, but the most interesting like episode to me, and I think everybody else, is like the one where they went to outer space on that game show. Yeah, like that was like, it was really as far I think it was after the Power Hour series, because they had the portal from what they made in the Power Hour 2 series, the second Power Hour, or was it the third? Isn't that what happened? Yeah. That is what happened. Yeah, I was getting confused, but like, yeah, the second Power Hour. Yep, it did have AJ and Chester for the first time, and they did make a reappearance right in the third one. Or am I getting that confused too? I mean, I have them all, but like I can't remember. But like, point is, like that one where they went into outer space and they did one on the game show against other aliens, and everybody was like, and like the ones who would lose would have their planets destroyed or whatever, or be enslaved, was it? Whichever. I thought that was like really good, like as a kid, and I rewatched it like in high school because I went through like a phase where I just rewatched like a bunch of like older stuff, and like I think I recall I liked it then too, and it's a shame that that girl alien like never got brought back or did anything with really after her appearance in there. But it's like by that time, by the near the end of the series, Jimmy was like fully committed to Cindy. So yeah, I still find that fucked up that like Timmy, he only thought of Cindy because just to take her to a dance, not because he actually liked her. More of like, yes, he liked him, but he didn't actually like her, obviously, because like they would have to have merged the shows in a way if Cindy and Timmy did become a thing, or have her like leave her way. But of course, and it's like, I mean, as weird and like kind of crazy as Tootie is, she always liked him, and like the only reason she really was the way she was because of how her parents raised her and her sister and how her sister treated her. So it's like, and Timmy, he did feel some type of way about Tootie even like back then, because like he gave her his fairies because he saw. That's another thing. How did like, because like clearly like she was, her life wasn't like good. Like, I mean, yes, she was naive and to an extent to where like, I guess you could say her personality was like, she didn't realize how bad her life was. But her life was still bad, even if she didn't realize it, so she deserved fairies, It's weird to me that, like, they never really gave her her own fairies. But I would say the best, like, written character on Fairly Odd Parents that you could most sympathize with, oddly enough, was that Remy Bucks Plenty kid. Because, like, the thing with him was, like, why he had fairies was because although he was rich and popular, his just like Timmy, his parents neglected him. And he, you could see, like, in like his manner, like, and just how like they showed him in like the show that it deeply affected him. Like, I think the last time you see him, his family gets like they're stranded on like a desert island without their money, and they're spending time together, and he's happy about it. I mean, it's kind of sad because he just lost Juan Decimo, who, oddly enough, like, I never saw how they matched, or like it never really, because like anytime we saw Juan Decimo, like, it would be because Remy and Timmy were together, and if they're together, then their fairies are there, and if their fairies are there, it's mainly Juan Decimo like thirsting after Wanda and Cosmo trying to stop him, and that was like the main gag with him. Like, you never really saw like Juan Decimo doing anything outside of like trying to flex in front of like Wanda. I mean, as vain as he was, he probably would have matched up better with Blonda, Wanda's sister, who looked just like her, but blonde. But like, obviously, but point is, like, I remember like that episode where like because I can't remember the context of it. It's been so long, where Remy and Timmy were fighting in an arena to keep their fairies, and whoever lost would lose their fairies. Even back then, I wanted Remy to get them, even though like I hate entitled like rich kids and never was into like the concept of like, which I know is very much true, that even though you're rich, you can still have problems and like conflicts in your life, and that most people don't sympathize with you because you're rich, because they focus on that the thought that if they had all the money in the world like you do, or as much money as you do, most of their problems would go away. But they don't think about the mental, like the mental side to it, to where not everybody is your real friend when you're rich, or they're how you're usually used, or you're only viewed as in such a way, or you have to keep an image and stuff like that. And I understand that, but the only time I ever really like truly was willing to understand that was when it came to Remy from like Fairly Odd Parents as a character, because you see how much popular he is and like how he has all this stuff, but deep down you see this like scenes with him and his parents and how neglectful they are of him, and how all he wants is like their love and their time. And I could relate to that, so I guess that's why. But it's like Timmy had always been selfish. Like, even though he would have episodes where he changed and wasn't selfish near the end, it would go back to the status quo. And especially like the last special I saw, the one where the big reveal, like where he did like he made it where everybody was like technically like 50 years older because he stopped time. He made Cosmo, like he made a wish to Cosmo to like keep everyone from aging so he could keep them. It's bad enough that he already like wished everyone lost their memories from the Channel Chasers like special. But again, he basically fucked up anybody who would grow up who was like struggling in their lives that needed fairies but weren't old enough to get them, and those that really didn't, you know. I won't say that because most well, then again, no, because you saw Cosmo and Wanda's like previous Fairly Godchildren, and they were most of them were, okay, all of them before Timmy were just assholes apparently. So then it's like, why did they get fairies in the first place? If they were, because it's like weird. But whatever. It's like, you know, sometimes, you know, I just think like that, and it's like nobody else really thought about that, did they? No one else really thought about how much of a shithead Timmy was, and how he didn't really deserve his fairies, especially, you know, as the episodes went on, and even when he like the peak of him deserving them, but no longer needing them, was Channel Chasers. Like, everybody loves Channel Chasers, and that was like. That was like the head of everything that had been building up to that point. His relationship with his parents, his relationship with Vicky, and how she treated him and treated everybody in their town, and the I just remember, like, I think y'all know what I'm about to, like, y'all remember Channel Chasers, right? When I think the parents, or was it Tootie that was investigating the other kids to see how much of a cunt Vicky was, and Chester was like, "Look, she's a piece of shit," and she had him call her. She had him and like all the other kids call it, and Chester was like, "I don't give a fuck, I'm snitching. She's a bitch," and he electrocuted his ass, and eventually he got electrocuted so much to like. And after he just gave up on telling, he got a piece of cheese from the like thing. He's like, okay. It's like, wow. I mean, that's another person who deserves fairies but never got them. Chester, he's the same boat as like Tootie, where like even though he was like ignorant or naive to the point to where, you know, his life was still enjoyable for him. Even though, you know, he was somewhat happy. it's clear he needed fairies. His life was still bad, you know, and it's like, why didn't anybody give them? Again, it came down to like Timmy doing that. Timmy giving them fairies.
Survive.
Christ.
Survive.
How are you supposed to get them up there then? Shit, I forgot. My friend is supposed to be, well, not Ty, but my other friend is supposed to be joining us. I don't know if we're gonna be switching over to another game or not. Because I gave her the option. It's either JSARS or we stay on other games. And I haven't played that in a while. But like, but it was like, they have, I don't know. They have JSARS but don't like it, and it's understandable. It's like over a decade old game, but you know, it's like if you like, she had it, you know, from like her family member having it previously, and it's like you have it. She briefly played it for like a little bit. The story mode a little bit. The story mode isn't that great, but it's, you know, the most you could do for like a game about shonen protagonists joining together. But the gameplay is like incredible. Like it's phenomenal to me. Um, yeah, there's some broken stuff, but you know that's also like a good part is that like you don't fight by yourself usually. So even if someone's like ganging up on you, or two people are ganging up on, there's a way to like counteract that with like another person. The only way like you could be like fully ganged up and no one's doing anything is if like your partner willingly just let you got your ass beat, or if the CPU is like all the way on the other side of the map and they're trying to get to you. Um, it's really, I guess, as someone who knows um, fighting games like pretty decently, um, I can say it's a pretty good like arena fighter. Um, I know everybody like hates arena fighters, but like this one was actually good because like there was like skill to combos, and there's like hitting combos, hidden things you could do, things like you would learn. But I mean, there was no real way to learn it other than experience and like doing it yourself. There's like interesting glitches, and there's like and they're kind of fun. Um, Hidden Easter eggs, crossover dialogues, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, they didn't have like alternate costumes and stuff, and like people don't really care about alternate costumes and stuff. No way, especially now, to where they consider an alternate costume as like, or they consider an alternate recolor of the same costume an alternate costume. So it's like, okay, and you're willing to pay for like a recolor of a costume already there, sure. So I'd rather just, have the same, you know.
Survive.
Okay, so it must really want me to use the X.
Survive.
How are you supposed to hit the ones in the air? Like, I don't.
Survive. Survive.
Yeah, the only person I can think of is Johnny, because of his kicks, I guess, but like.
The one. Survive.
Oh, come on! I almost had it. So, like I thought, Johnny is the one.
Survive.
Yeah!
Bring it.
It might as well have made you Johnny, because who else could have, like, done it, really? As you saw, nobody else is, like, did it.
The hunger.
I mean, usually I do say like, oh, sometimes people just have trash taste, and yeah, I know what you're saying. Like J-Stars just is a trash taste, but I disagree because there's so much in it. It'd be one thing if like it had these glitches that weren't interesting or fun to see or try, and if every broken thing, if there was like no chance against every broken thing, but I can tell you, like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, on cards off, yeah, there really isn't no chance unless like you just got a partner that's pretty good and like willing to like always be always get like the opponent off you. But on cards on, like yeah, there's a chance. There's more of a chance than cards off. And like another thing I never understood is how majority of players thought cards on was cheating when it's not like no one can make a deck. I mean, I think you have to, yeah, you do have to unlock like it through story mode, but so did you had to do the same for like characters, really. So it's like you had to unlock or like to earn a lot of gold or what was it, J points? Yeah, to unlock stuff. You got the most J points from like doing stuff in story mode, but you could also just like play normally on like free battle or pretty much any or online, and you could get points that way, and then use them to buy characters that you wanted or whichever. Or but everyone for the most part was so good at the game that like it didn't make sense that nobody like just breezed through story mode, because story mode wasn't that hard. It was just nothing but fighting. Man, yeah, there were some missions where you had to go there or here and there, but once the like English version came out, like there was like stuff telling you where all that stuff was, so it wasn't like it was impossible. And even when it was the Japanese one, like it wasn't like it was impossible. Because like they had translations and stuff online. There was specifically this guy who not only had like translations for like when J-Stars originally came out for only the Japanese, but he had like the list of like combination bonuses. Something the game does not tell you whatsoever. It tells you, yeah, combination bonuses exist, but it doesn't tell you like the list at all. So you just guess. That's all you had. But yeah, I remember a while ago, like years ago, really, I reached out to the guy when I got the PS4 version, or a little bit before that. No, I think it was when I got the English version, which was like a year or maybe 3 after J-Stars originally had came out. And I was, because his site was down, I think he doesn't have any more, still down or whatever. And he had the folder with all the list of combinations, and I asked him for it, and he just gave it to me. So I have that. So that's how I like use combination bonuses, like you know.
Action.
But yeah, combination, like, I understand avoiding cards on because you don't know all the combination bonuses. But at the same time, you didn't necessarily need to get all the combination bonuses. I mean, yes, um, every card had like a negative effect, and combination bonuses was the only way to negate that effect. So, yeah, but like, it's not like people didn't have the internet, or could not research. It didn't take anything to look that stuff up at the time when like JSOS was in its prime. It took nothing to like look it up or find the guy I found that had the combination bonuses list. A whole site with not just the list, everything it did and stuff. I think he had the list before the English version came out, because that's why I think I went to him, because I didn't know what every card did. Because he had a list of like what every card did in English, but he also had the combination bonuses for every card, like combination. But yeah. And it's like most people were like pretty good. Like if you played at all, you got to where you just learned all, because you had to learn on your own anyway, but you got to where you knew a good amount about the game. So nobody had an excuse to like not be able to do like story mode, other than it being kind of like long, boring, and tedious, I suppose. Because you had to avoid ships if you didn't want to like a fight out of nowhere. You had to look for certain things, especially near the end. But still, there was like you got interesting interactions during story mode and stuff, and it was kind of funny at times, or at least to me. The ending's sweet, And yeah, the ending is the same for like no matter what arc you pick. So the only benefit it would like give you to finish all the arcs would be to get like all the player cards. Because there were cards for your deck that were like the player to boost the actual players. Characters. It wasn't the whole roster. It was just the roster that was available in story mode. The main roster of teams that was in like story mode. They all had individual like decks, cards. That would like affect their defense, attack. No, health. I think it was health and attack. But yeah, I did find that weird that they didn't have one for every character.
Finish him! Fatality. Mutaro wins.
Are they all gonna be Sindel themed or?
Fatality. Mutaro wins. Action! Finisher!
It's been a while since I used this one. Back down, back.
Fatality! Natara wins. Flawless victory.
Yeah, maybe we will be able to. Like, 'cause I mean, what are we doing? What are we like? What's really the goal? You may ask. It's not to beat this season's invasion. I'll tell you that because I don't give a shit about it. It's mainly to like level up Natara to unlock all her mastery stuff. So let's see. I don't think. Okay. I mean, still feels like we got a while to go till we master her or whatever. So maybe, I mean, even if like we get that far, that's not the point. Because I don't really care about it. Because what's even like Melina and it's green. Yeah, nothing I care about. So, and I did end up buying I think I bought the Melina one on screen, then I got the Katana one off. So, no need to grind for Dragon Crystals so soon, really. I mean, what else is there like to do in this game? I mean, you can do story mode over, I suppose. You could do ranked, do invasions. That's it, isn't it? Invasions isn't fun. Story mode is okay. But once you beat it, why would you really want to do it again? We could just, watch the clips.
Action!
What I was getting at is that the main thing, other thing I would like to do on Mortal Kombat 1 today is Natara's arcade, just to see her ending, like just to see the context of her ending. That's it, really. Like not because of like Oh, I want to see how high I can get my score. No, never cared about score like that. When, when you had to earn like stuff you wanted, or there was like cheats and stuff that you could use to unlock stuff in the game. Now you got to buy everything, like that Melina skin that everybody was like. Even I, like when I got the PS Vita version of Mortal Kombat 9, I was going to do that tab, and I was like, that's too long. Nah, that's not me. I'm not the one. So, I'll just settle for like seeing everybody else use it.
Boom.
And,
Night Fury.
but it would have been nice if you could just earn stuff for like gameplay. Like technically how the crypt was, but couldn't, I mean, crypt wasn't 11. Like, couldn't you technically even, like, back then, if you had no internet, you couldn't access the crypt in no way? So, yeah, I also heard they're not going to be, going forward, they're not going to be giving out as much skins as they used to in Invasions. Or for, did you decide on what you wanted to do? I said either that or J-Stars, but okay, we can just do that.
Over Johnny Cage's acting career, many have doubled him.
And the
But none have done so with this Saterran's malevolence and
the bet war.
save the timeline and Johnny Cage's good name by ending his run permanently.
Johnny Cage.
I mean, even if you can't get it right now, I mean, that's fine. Because we got 4 hours.
Natara.
Of course I fly. I have wings.
Are you sure you don't just fall with style?
Fatality. Natara wins.
You got it. I think it's what. What I'm trying. Are you? Why are you so irritated? I know, like you've been sounding really irritated. What's the problem? Okay. Well, just I can. I'm finna switch over, and then I'll just be practicing, and you can let me know when it's done. Yeah, I mean, if you put it it's in the PS5, right? Not PS4. It's installing it, like so. It's installing like all the updates and whatnot, but you'll still need to keep it in order to play it. Like, well, I'm gonna switch over. Just give me a second. Yeah, poor bastard. They always love to gang up on Mel. That was so sad. Sorry, I had to get my headphones. Everything was so low, and the mic. Can you hear me now? The chairs are so loud. Well, I can't even say she's so loud today. She's always loud. Why was he running, you may ask? Because he's a bitch nigga. That's why he was running. As you can see, there was no hope for them. No, I'm talking to like the audience. I'm watching a replay. What you said? No, I was talking to the audience at first, but you were talking to me. You're already in a match. I know, nigga. We were supposed to practice together. I can make a closed room. You know that, right? Okay. Who are you trying to main? Luffy, right? Because you haven't unlocked Boa. Okay. Okay. But Boa's in this game, but I know you. You're probably gonna end up like how everybody else did, to where they just troll by like spamming the turn to stone move. Um, we'll do cards off since you shouldn't have any as far as I remember. Um, Oh, now it's gonna let me. It wouldn't let me before, but now it did. Okay. Did you want a stage in particular? Did you want Alabasta? Okay. But okay. You said you're trying to use Ichigo. Luffy. Well, it can be, but it's very basic, especially when like you just can press square over and over if you really want. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So for one, you can go to online match. You see that, right? Well, you're not home yet, you say. So Where are you at? You're on the online match, right? You press the PlayStation button. All right. So for the first three matches, will be on teams, and you can kind of either like watch in the distance or try to like keep up, and then we can like see what like you need work on. But what I like, what I told you before is that it's very team based, obviously. So when you select your character, pick red team because I just put mine on red. Um, but I just picked Ace because you said you wanted to use Luffy. And there's like all kinds of support. There's there's some that are just completely useless, some that are more useful than others, but you can pick whichever you want. In fact, you could just make Luffy your support again if you really wanted. Yeah, you could just. I'd pick Dash Gatling. That's his most useful to me. But Dash Gatling is for like getting people off of you. So I wouldn't recommend it for like extending combos. More of like if someone's like ganging up on and you can only lock on to like one person at a time, of course. So if you're getting ganged up on, get like lock on to the main person that's hitting you, and then use your support. Um, or if you're getting ganged up on and you have someone like Kenshin and his flash um, area AOE attack, you can just use it like right there when they're all up on you, and it'll hit all of them. What his does, that specific attack, it'll stop them. Like it's kind of like it's time. It's kind of like time stopped for them. You can either choose to like start attacking one because they'll be vulnerable, even if they were guarding, they're vulnerable. Um, you could like guard break them or go behind them because you can do that in this game. Um, but it's very useful for when people want to gang up on you. Definitely, like when they do specifically a cross team attack. When they do that, they can't stop from attacking you anyway. So like that's very useful to like do it there, and then you and your other partner could start attacking them individually if you wanted. But of course, I mean you know how Luffy fights more than I do. Really, he's very close range. I mean he does have a long guard break reach attack, and he does have like kind of an area. Well, everybody has an area attack, but his is kind of like a swing kick that can like hit multiple people. You have it on random, right? Okay. You have to press start when you change everything. If you press circle, it'll like erase your changes. But what matter of fact, I think I'll pick Namek to show you that effect it has on Devil Fruit users. So on Namek, I think it's the only map. Yes, the only map with water. So you know how devil fruit powers work. They don't work in water. So if you are, any of the devil fruit users and you're in water, your stamina gog won't replenish. So if someone drained all your stamina or you used all of it and you're underwater, you can't get it back unless you jump out of the water. But that especially sucks if you're a Kainu because of his charge jump. You know, that takes more time. Everybody else, like Boa Hancock, Luffy, and Ace, they have double jumps. Change it. You see it's yellow, right? So your team, you go press circle, go to square, and above, when you press your X for your character, press X to select them, then select them again, and then under team, switch it to red, and then you press X, and then you press finish. Okay, now we're ready. But I use Luffy a lot. Like I'm pretty good with him. Like he's the main person I use when I play cards off because I'm so good with him. At least that's how I feel I am. But there's crossover dialogue. I think this will be Ace and Luffy's. You can, everybody can skip the dialogue. You know, so like even if everybody like three people want to hear it, one person can just skip it. So okay, all right. So if you want to hold back, like fall back, kind of. Okay, these you see these only do stuff when it's the support. I'm not support, but when it's computer on your side instead of like an actual person. This is just you can tell me what you want me to do. That's all this is for now. Yeah. But if you had CPU on your team, then that would be telling them what to do, and they would actively do it. Just do square for you right now. I'll after two more matches, I'll switch to Luffy and like show you some combos and teach you more about the basics. Which well, I mean you probably don't know, but I see you got Ichigo support. That's another thing. the the choice for who's support when you're on teams is random, so you never really know whose support is chosen. So what a lot of people used to do is they used to pick Kenshiro since he was like the best support. Um, and you would just have people on teams picking Kenshiro as their support. But do you want it? You want to use your ultimate? That's another thing. Only your ultimate can only be like this victory burst can only be activated when both players choose it. So somebody could be a dick if they didn't like you and just never use it, regardless of like what happened. It's okay. I mean, they're almost dead anyway. Yeah, you picked the perfect support for Ichigo. Like that's his best support. That's what I always use. Yeah. It's okay. I'm about to kill him. Okay. Get him. Christ. Okay, I'm about to die. If you if you can't I mean, which is fine because it's just practice, but oh, he's dead. Okay, but I could since with Rao, his death is like it takes a couple like seconds for it to register because what it does is like he admits defeat and he gets back up and admits defeat. So technically, there's within those couple of seconds, some your partner could get killed or you could get killed and you could lose. Yeah, technically. So that is something that's annoying. But you okay? But oh yeah, I wanted to go to Namek, but you didn't pick Namek, did you? I can't remember if stages are automatically unlocked or not. But if you want, you can press square, go to change it. What did you eat again? Didn't even like scramble it, just like a boiled egg. Did your game freeze? Yeah, I'm asking because it still says you're in battle. Oh, that's why. Yeah. Oh, you unlock more of those, like depending on not just the player you're playing as, but as your support too, and the stages you play on, the amount of wins, like different things. So yeah, I mean this is a good thing. You get more for wins, but you still get J points for playing online or just playing in general. So the more you can by the end of like the stream or however long we play, you could have enough to get you a few characters, and that's another good thing I like. Even though characters you have to earn them, like it's pretty easy to like unlock them because you get J points like all kinds of ways, offline and online. So, but whenever you're ready. Okay. Now, usually what I do when I have a partner and I'm on this stage, I just go up to the top of the building and I just watch as they get their ass beat. I do used to do that a lot, and people used to get mad. Because at first, I was like the first person to figure that out, that you could go up there. Because I was just like randomly just walking around and I wandered up there. And then everybody just started going up there. And now, like, that's how me and Mel usually, like, when we want a one on one fight, we go up there to fight one on one. You can go up there if you want to, like, unless you actually, want to try to learn. You see how like we both attack them at the same time, pretty much. That's another thing I like. You don't even need to do a team attack to really do team attacks. Oh yeah, you can hit me also. You can hit your partners technically if they're in range. Yeah, it won't do damage to me, but it like it just did knock me out of my guard and open me up to get hit by them. So that's another thing you have to be wary of when you use your specials. Triangle, if you want it. I was just setting you up for. What I usually do, like, is I usually take on one, have my partner take on the other. But I mean, of course, this is like a team-based game. Yeah. You can switch lock on with L1 though. So also you could like I could set you up for a team attack. We could like be on different sides of the map fighting different people. I could set you up for a team attack. You could switch lock on as if you're about to like go to the team attack on the other side of the map, but then switch back and press triangle fast enough. You'll do a team attack on the person you're fighting. Yeah, people do that like a lot. Um, you know, when they trick you into thinking they're about to go team up, but in reality that they're about to like finish you off. So for this last just pre-training one, can you pick the map Namek? Because I don't want to like continue training and on this same map because it's a detriment to your specific character. And yeah, it would be good to learn how to like maneuver through this area, but like not every time you play you're gonna get Namek, you know. So well, this one time should be enough. So, and as you can tell, Luffy's his charge is it's instant, but it's only once. Like so, you can't really just like keep charging up. You know, once you activate Gear Second, it fills up your whole bar, but you enter Gear Second, and that's pretty much it. But you only have one bar. Those characters with more bars or their bar charges up faster or slower. You use the max you can have like two, but Luffy only has one. Oh, so you press square and you go to your character. You pick your character again. Oh wait, no, you just press square. So under your stage select and BGM, victory, burst, music, it'll be like already there. You see, planet. Then you can just switch it. You see what I mean? Yeah. So you press square and then you go to stage select. Go like don't go to your character. Go to it'll be under there. Yeah, Planet Namek. You see it? Okay. You can change the music if you want to. For right now, I think it does the character you pick's theme. Yeah. Okay. So, red team usually starts closer to the well. Everybody's the water is to the left of the blue team, to the right of us. We can skip this. So on my side, you see that water, right? Let's go in the water. while you're underwater, they can't lock onto you. They have to go underwater too. Um, but since they're CPU, they know we're underwater. But you can't charge right now. Neither of us can charge. All the stamina that like we use like under here, like we can't get it back until we get out of the water. And without stamina, like you lose stamina from like blocking and like using attacks and stuff. So it makes your guard break like really easy. Because I mean, there's guard break attack, but there's also like you just run out of stamina, then you guard breaks. Yeah. So as you can see, like it's much harder when you're underwater or when you've just gotten out of water. You can still use your ultimate like that. That's not affected by water. Jonathan's ultimate is close up, so you just kind of need to like keep your distance, and he'll miss. Taro's is like all like the entire map, so you can't. You'd have to just like dash away. I'm gonna switch to Luffy now, and we can still be on teams if you would prefer. But you can also like switch the stage back to whichever you want. It's just so the likelihood of Namek being like picked one is lower. But how did you? Do you have any questions about how water affects your like Devil Fruit users in this game? Yeah. So just try to avoid it. You can jump out of it, but like that, as you can know, that's what your opponent will be expecting. Is they'll be trying to catch you in a jump when you're trying to jump out of the water. So what I usually do is I'll try to go on the offensive and like knock them back, and then try to jump out of the water. Um, but yeah, one more together, like as Ace and Luffy. Like one more like this, or you mean like that's it? Okay, okay. Oh yeah. Another thing. When you, yeah, but when you're selecting your character, you see under team there's character type, and it's friendship, effort, and triumph. I think I told you this before. Friendship is for stamina. It reduces the amount of stamina used when you like do guard breaks or area attacks or special attacks, and when you're dashing. And effort increases your defense, so you take less damage when guarding and stuff like that. And triumph is it increases your attack damage when you're using your. This all takes like mainly takes place in victory bursts. It does have an effect before victory bursts too, but you don't really usually tell it unless it's like victory burst. Victory burst is very telling because if you don't have triumph set as your character type on victory burst and you use like your ultimate, it does like definitely way less damage. So that's why. But normally you'll see most people just picking friendship because they don't know what else to pick. They don't really know the difference or can really tell. But triumph will give you a damage boost. You didn't have to skip that because like cause that was he was talking to Sasuke. Not really. Sometimes it's interesting. Okay, you picked. I thought you were picking Luffy, but you picked Naruto. Well, Naruto's still interesting. He's similar to Luffy, but his combos rely on his Shadow Clone, which is his up circle attack. And he can use Rasengan in the air, and he can throw Rasen Shuriken when he's in Sage mode. Naruto's Victory Burst lets him go into Kurama, Kurama Chakra mode. So you have to click it twice to use his ultimate, if that's what you want. But he also has new abilities in this Chakra mode. His all his techniques change, so you can try them out if you want. Oh yeah. Okay, we'll do a team attack to finish it. Naruto's is triangle, triangle, square. So is Luffy's. And then when you're locked onto the same person that you set up into the team attack, that's when you press triangle. Yeah, you have to block it or move out of the way. Killua is close up. Sasuke's is a transformation like Naruto's, but you can't really. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't, but for not really for the most part, you can't block his ultimate like at all. Okay, who do you want to use the team attack on? Okay, You see it? That's Sage mode. Now you can do more Shadow Clone attacks, and you can throw your Shuriken, which is your Rasengan when you charge it all the way. Because Rasengan is circle, unless you're doing it, in a square combo attack. You don't? Yeah, I mean, it's fairly simple. Uh, I like how, like, even if you did like basic, the square attacks, that can be used in like complex combos, especially if you're like Luffy or Naruto. But yeah, you finna eat, right? Uh, I mean, you can stay in the party, and then I think I may play online a little bit. All right. Fair got delayed. Jesus Christ. This. Jenny, see that? What is with him? Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find anyone. Like, you hardly, even when you do find people, it's usually on cards off. But, and even on the random chance, like, someone shows up on cards on, like, they usually like trolling, so. Or they're with a partner. Seriously, out of all things he could have done. Of course. Of course. Probably thinking like, okay, so what did decks do? The decks that I made, like specifically, mainly focus on giving health for like damage. So the more damage you do, the more health you get back. Um, yeah, I haven't finished. I only saw like the first episode of Geek Man, but this is just like a way to make the CPU harder for me by giving them the cards and not me having the cards. Yeah, you done eating? How was it? It was just an egg. It's not like that fancy. Then what was it? An egg garnish. What else did you like? How did you prepare the egg? Like, was it just boiled or what? If only you could see me now. Now I'm in the zone. Now I'm like in God mode. But before I was just never mind. But I told you how like you've seen like how I've usually set up like my battles. Like I make it as hard as possible. And everybody always be like, you don't need to like who are you trying to prove to the like you know? And it's like I just like making it harder for myself. That's all. Yeah, and people be like, I can set it up to where I'm fighting like three people and a support, and I don't have any support, and I'm just by myself. And they'll be like, yeah, you can't do that. And then I'll keep losing and keep retrying, and they'll be like, just give up. And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. But it's so satisfying when you do finally beat them. Even in like most times, I have it set like to like there's a timer, and I'm usually just kind of like spamming like one specific CPU, and it still feels like satisfying when you do finally win because it was you against like multiple people, and like you didn't even have support or whatever. And then J Adventure mode, like it's got missions and stuff, and it gives you like JP and I can't remember like what else has been so long, but like you have to in order to like even unlock everything in that mode, you have to redo it like a couple times. And it's not just fighting; it's meeting conditions too. But yeah, arcade is just trash because like it's just beat these amount of people in a time limit. Yeah, you can do it with like a local partner, or you can do it with the CPU or just by yourself. But at the same time, it's like there's no real benefit to doing it. And even if you like, well, I think you have to listen to like the dialogue for like a little bit at least. But even if you skip a crossover dialogue, you unlock it in your gallery to listen to later. So, and once you unlock it, you don't have to unlock it anymore. So you don't have to listen to it like again. So that's a good thing. But as you notice, there's no training mode, so like all you have is free battle, and you just have to put the time limit on infinite, huh? But yeah, I think there only ever was one update, but like all it did was like fix make it so Bobobo, because originally when he uses Dawn Patch, even if you like attack him, he doesn't go away, so you'll just keep getting hit. So that was used to like keep him from like just being able to spam that every time. And people still spam it. So I mean, because like if no one else hits him, huh? Yeah, it did, but because like the you can use a support to get him off of you, or your partner could get him off of you and hit him. It only takes like one hit to make it go away, so it's not like they need to just keep hitting him. So, but I just you know, it reminds me of like why I was so, because like were you there like when I was supporting Jump Force and everything, or were we still like separated? Cause like I did so much to like try to help that game because I like this one so much, and I did go through like a lot of changes, but people like it had like loyal fans, yeah, but for the most part, people just trashed on it because of the story mode being terrible and the animation in story mode. But like there was more to it than that, and for the it's delisted. You can't get it unless you like buy a physical copy. You can't even get the season 2 DLC unless someone just happened to have saved up theirs and never used it. But I liked it. I played ranked, never got to S rank, almost did. Met a lot of people for better and for worse, because that's how I met that dude that booted me. But that's also how like I made a club and met like a new friends and stuff. Okay. You worked Wednesday, right? You work Wednesday, right? Well, maybe next Monday then we can do some. Yeah, I had asked her yesterday. All right, love you.
腕が鳴るね。腕が鳴るね。行きますよ。行きますよ。任せとけ。歴史の闇に永遠に沈め。歴史のアフロに永遠に沈め。何年ぶりかね。
But yeah, Farah, she just got delayed to like when Takeda releases. So she originally was supposed to release on the 25th. Now she won't be released until July 20 something, I think. Christ. And I was waiting on, like, I was gonna go ahead and like purchase her as soon as I got enough money to, so I could go and get Janet as well, and maybe Chameleon, maybe. But yeah, that's disappointing. I wonder why they delayed her. Uh, Right. Another thing I like about this is matches are like I know how long matches take. Like no matter what, matches at max will take like 5 minutes. So like if I'm playing the game and I need to kill like 10 minutes or like 30, I know how many matches like I need to do in order to pass that time. I mean, I was gonna switch back over to MK1 to try to like um finish up what? Yeah, I was gonna say if it's any of those other things, like it doesn't match up with what I remember about the character. But it's been a while since I seen Medaka Box. I think I finished Medaka Box, but not Medaka Box Abnormal. I think I was about to watch like the first episode. Around that time, I got into Medaka Box. I was trying to like get into prison school and other stuff, and I did finish prison school season 1. Oh, I could have did. I was gonna do the Fist of the Mortal Flame, but I couldn't tell if he was like on the ground rolling or what. But the only reason I don't even think Prison School had like a second season because the fans hated the manga's ending so bad that I don't think that they even did. They did a live action, I think, but I think they never did a another season, mainly because of the reception to the ending. So it would have been even worse if they like actually went through all the effort of animating, making the anime, and then like they get to the end. And then what, make up a new ending. What ending really would have pleased people? Because like I remember, the ending was just that it brought everything back to the status quo, despite all the development. I think that it felt like nothing had progressed, even after all this time. The guys hadn't grown up. No lesson was learned. And to me, it's like, well, wasn't that the point? You know? Christ, I didn't know. I should have saw that coming. Yeah, he's gonna die before I get to him. What the fuck, Monera? What? Out of all things, why didn't you just use fire? Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's a thing where someone else can hit the counter and it'll like lock onto you and hit you instead. But I keep forgetting, like, what else other than leveling up in the Tara am I gonna be getting on for? Oh, what I went? Oh yeah. Well, I guess earn more gold for the shrine at most. But the game's so stingy about the amount of gold it gives you. It ain't like 11. But Wednesday we'll be playing on the Xbox Mortal Kombat 11, so I can finish up getting everything there. I'm not really worried about the crypt because the crypt doesn't have like it doesn't really have like all the stuff I like really want anymore. The main like the way to get the items you want for people from the crypt was like doing the fatalities on those certain characters and putting their heads on the spikes. The fuck are you, Madara? Where are you at? Yeah, I only watched like the first episode of Toriko. Either that or I didn't even finish, and I didn't really care for it. It probably does get better the more of it there is, but it was already like so unappealing because like when I first saw him, I was like, okay, he just has Goku's palette, like he's just taking Goku's palette, you know. Uh, but it's like there's more to his, I guess, more to his character. I don't know much about him, but I know the series ended abruptly. Like they were finally like in space and they were gonna do more space stuff, but the series ended because wasn't that popular. As hard as they tried to make it that popular. Yeah. Look at 30 minutes left. I still don't really get what coins can't just be it, right? For me, at least. Yeah, because the skins ain't worth a damn, and they're gonna be less going on forward. So all it is to level up Natara. And with 11, I don't know. Maybe I'll. The main thing I'm gonna do on 11 Wednesday is just the the Towers of Time for like specific characters. I didn't get all the Jinseis I wanted for, like Sonya specifically. Seriously. So that's what I'll be doing, and you have to manually do those if you ever really want the rewards. You're a useless cunt, Psyche. I swear to God. Trying to make sure like I won twice. I think I did. I'm gonna go to the main menu. So I can see that replay. Okay, I was Ichigo. So that had to be Mel. Maybe not. 40. I only have like 3 replays on this, on the PS4 version. PS3 version, I was like at 100 and I deleted and replaced so many. Okay. Why the fuck didn't you use your ultimate? Oh wait. It's not his because it's the others. Okay. Can't really tell how I avoided that. I think a perfect dodge and attack from the Seiya, and that moved me out of the way.
貴様らは家に帰ってのんびりミルクでも飲んでやがれ。俺の邪魔をせんようにな。所詮この世は弱肉強食。強ければ生き、弱ければ死ぬ。奥義を尽くされば、この俺を倒せんぞ。その目で確かめてみろがいい。邪眼をなめるなよ。俺の心のコスモよ。奇跡を起こせ。
That Raul must have been done too. He's the only person I know who really plays Raul like that. Shit. I guess we lost this one then. No, I mean, would I really have saved a loss? This must have been an epic comeback or something. Yep. Well, he could have used Big Bang Attack while I'm falling. No, he was charging up. Like, why would you even? As soon as I was falling, I would have, like, guarded. But he had time to guard, but then he jumped. I mean, either way, his partner died. But yeah. That's all the replays I got on this. We should be live Wednesday. We should. and if we are, we're gonna be on Xbox. Hopefully, if although the only reason we would be on PlayStation again is if Taina said, "Oh, I didn't install it," or and she doesn't want to. I mean, either way, I don't know how it would work in a party, or if she would be able to hear, like when you crossplay. I don't know if you could like hear other players. I don't know how that works for like crossplay, but because I've never done it on 11, like ever, never played online on 11. Um, but yeah, this is another thing I like. How you can make it. You can make it one-on-one if you want. Um, 1-on-3, 1-on-3, and a support.
80%の俺を見せて。
One and the support, one against three, or three and their support if you want.
もうお前は一人で十分なのだ。それがわからないかね。しがみついてでも守る。
Oh, I forgot about Spirit Wave. Should use that.
これほどまで死ぬんだ。全力で行くぞ。いや、切る。行くぞ。俺の全ての力をこの一発に込める。セーフ。セーフ。俺の全ての力をこの一発に込める。
His ultimate is so hard to like hit. Someone would have to be incredibly stupid for like the CPU for it to actually hit, because it is what it is. It's like it's a projectile, not a blast. So it can be, not only that, it can just be blocked. You can just block it. It'll break your guard because it's so strong or whatever. But like, you don't need to like even have like max stamina, do you? Like when it's in his for his specifically. Like if it were a blast, like Rao's ultimate, or even just Goku's regular Kamehameha, like you couldn't just block it with like no stamina. You would need like more stamina. But and I really like using Yusuke, but the obvious detriment is like when you activate Victory Burst, you're at a risk, and like you, I've come across people who like are good at Yusuke in his demon form. Like for the longest, I didn't even know you had that kick that knocks you in the air, and like it's like you don't get like there's no training mode, so you would have to just you would have to play in free battle, I guess, with someone else, someone good enough to be able to like get you a low of no, someone good enough to no, you don't really need anyone good enough really now that I think about it. You would just need to like get the victory burst, which just beating up on the CPU or standing there, will get you there. And then the point is to let you just practice on them, beat up on them, see what you can do. So you really don't need anyone there. I don't know what I was thinking there, but like, um, it's just that well, you would need someone to knock you down. You would still need someone to knock you down. That was the other thing I was thinking about. After you've actually beaten them up and gotten in the victory burst and stuff, and I just never got it like to actually practice it. I remember when I went through like there was a period where like either it was me and Dante or me and Mel, we were practicing for like our last fight that we would be playing in the game, and we wanted it to be like an epic like battle of our mains. So we practiced for like I think a week or a couple, just to ourselves, and that's how I learned about the Naruto Shadow Clone stuff and all the other glitches and how to use them to your benefit. But I don't think I ever learned anything about Yusuke's demon form outside of like playing online and coming across one or two people who use Yusuke. Usually when people use Yusuke against me, it's to insult me in a way. They'll use him, beat me with them, taunt me, and then leave. And it's usually like after I've been on like a winning streak with the Yusuke or whatever. And that's just people do that a lot in J Stars. They'll beat you after like either being on a losing streak from you or just show up to just beat you specifically for whatever reason, and then they'll leave. When, especially if it was you and no one else there, they'll leave when someone else shows up. But yeah, that's it for today's stream. I'll be live on Wednesday. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And like I said, it'll be on Xbox, Mortal Kombat 11. If Ty doesn't just all of a sudden be like, oh, hey, I want to stream together now, whatever. But yeah, we'll see.